Dude, I think I just figured out why Jesus always taught in parables, which are sometimes hard to understand, but I figured out why he did it that way. So the word parable comes from the idea to set alongside of. So Jesus used the parables as a way of setting a spiritual truth alongside a daily living truth. Today I was reading in Mark 4 about the parable of the sower who sows all the seeds along the path. I really think it should be called the parable of the soils, though, because the difference is never the seed. It's all about the soil on which it falls, which is us. We, as people, are the different types of soil that the seed falls on. So depending on how we accept a seed of truth determines about how we live our daily life on a daily basis. So the parable goes like this. Listen, behold, a sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some of the seed fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured it. Other seed fell on rocky ground where it didn't have much soil, and immediately it sprang up, since it had no depth of soil. And when the sun rose, it was scorched, and since it had no root, it withered away. Other seed fell among the thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no grain. And other seeds fell into good soil and produced grain, growing up and increasing and yielding 30-fold, 60-fold, and 100-fold. And Jesus said, He who has ears to hear, let him hear. So the seed that fell along the good soil is like us as Christians. All the seed that falls on the good soil produces, but it produces at different levels, 30-fold, 60-fold, and 100-fold. So that's like us walking in the faith at different levels. We have different spiritual gifts. We hear from God in different ways. So we shouldn't judge each other as Christians. We should lift each other up in love. So we as Christians are like the good soil that the seed falls on. We're the ones who hear the word, we accept it, and we become the fruit bearers of the kingdom. So a parable is kind of like a mystery in the Bible, but it's not something that you can't figure out. It's just something you wouldn't know unless God reveals it to you. So in the biblical sense, you may know exactly what a mystery is, yet it's still a mystery because you wouldn't have known unless God revealed it to you. So after that parable, Jesus says, they may indeed see but not perceive. They may indeed hear but not understand, lest they should turn and be forgiven. So that's Jesus quoting Isaiah 6:9. And what he's explaining is why he used parables. He wants us to dig in deeper, and it's not something that's supposed to be understood by everybody. We're supposed to dig in deep and try to understand it at a deeper level and really find the truth hidden behind the story. But he gives his listeners the opportunity to dig in deep and find that truth, or to turn a blind eye to an interesting story. And by doing that, people who turn a blind eye may avoid a deeper condemnation for hearing a specific truth and still rejecting it. So I think that's really cool, because if Jesus just spoke in clear-cut messages that everybody can understand, we would all be condemned, because people are still going to reject it no matter what. But he gives us the opportunity to dig in deep and fully understand it. And then by understanding, we're going to walk it out and live a better life that way anyway. But if you don't fully understand it, you can turn a blind eye to it and still avoid a deeper condemnation for rejecting a simple truth. That's pretty cool.